co-main event, we got a heavyweight contest. The big ticket, Walt Harris at plus 145 underdog facing a very streaking Marcin Tybura, man, a minus 170 favorite. Listen, AJ, I'm not gonna feel good about this regardless of who wins, because I'm a big fan of both of these dudes. Walt Harris, I'm a big fan just of the personality, the style. Tybura, I'm a big fan because he's proven me wrong time and time again. He fought 4 times in 2020. He won all 4 of those fights. The only one that I really backed him on was the Greg Hardy fight, and he like almost lost that one, so I was a little worried. But this dude has been streaking, and he hasn't gotten nearly any credit for it. Like, this dude is very unappreciated in my opinion. So let's talk about it, man. Walt Harris needs a win very bad in this fight, man. And let's just get it out the way, man. Walt Harris is 0-2 since a personal tragedy in his life occurred. I don't really want to, no need to rehash this, you know what I'm saying, time and time again. Like, the dude got to keep reliving that trauma or whatever. But situation with this daughter, this dude even said it in the pre-fight presser. He was like, listen, man, for the last 2 fights, I probably shouldn't have even been fighting whatsoever. But right now, I'm physically healthy, I'm mentally healthy, and I'm ready to rock. So if that's the case, we'll see. He said he was out of shape for his fight against Overeem, where he got knocked out by Overeem. Wasn't out of shape when he fought Volkov, but Volkov, I mean, that was just a mismatch in terms of styles, right? Like, you got a 7-foot tall dude who kicks you in your stomach. Yeah, I don't even want to rehash that one. Anyways, AJ, listen, Marcin Tybura, this dude in the UFC, he's more or less a decision fighter. You know what I mean? He doesn't pack the biggest punch, but he knows how to win, and that's what I love about these fighters. Dudes who could squeak out a win. So I don't have too much to say on this, AJ, simply because Harris we know what he is. He is 13 wins by knockout. He has 13 wins in his career. So if he's not knocking you out, he's not not winning. You know what I'm saying? Every time he has lost, 4 by knockout, 3 by decision. And Tybura is actually more experienced, man. 21-6 in his MMA career, 8-5 in the UFC. Quick hands, fluid movement. But what worries me, AJ, let's just talk about this really quickly. What worries me is that Greg Hardy did outclass Tybura on the feet in that fight, which we know Greg Hardy, that's all he has really is his striking. And when he tapped, what was a TKO? Was it really a TKO, or was dude just so fatigued that he just couldn't go anymore? I don't know. To be determined. At the end of the day, AJ, that's really the big thing that we're going to have to sit here and think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, can Tybura last on the feet long enough to get this fight to the ground and do what he does best? What do you think?
That's the big question right there, Derek, because I definitely agree with you in the fact that he's going to be the bigger fighter. Tybura always comes in small, and I actually think that's why he's not gaining the notoriety he did. When we think of heavyweights, we think of big, huge brawlers, right? Well, yeah. Marcin Tybura, he's a little smaller, comes in, gives you that pitter-patter, but he knows how to win, man. So like you were saying, Harris is the bigger guy. He has the power, but I think Tybura has more experience. He has more tools in the tool belt that he's able to pull from and actually utilize, because he's going to have to do something to get Walt Harris down. And we saw in the Volkov and the Overeem fight that Walt Harris is still not to that prime level of heavyweight fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we even saw it with the Gane fight. Neither of these guys, neither of these guys have fought Cyril Gane. But Gane is to that level of where he's able to fight like a smaller guy, but still have the power of a big heavyweight. Whereas kind of Walt Harris is stuck with that big lumbering, moves. Whereas Marcin Tybura is very fast and very small. So I don't know, man. This one, I'm a big fan of both these fighters with you. It was a hard one to go with. I definitely think Marcin Tybura handled the power of Greg Hardy well, but he just got pieced up technically, and it wasn't a good look on his face. He has this really weird off-rhythm, herky-jerky style, which might help him against Walt Harris, but I definitely think he needs to pull something out of the toolbox in order to get it to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you, man. In terms of the reach, Tybura, fortunately, he has a reach advantage in this one. He didn't against Greg Hardy, and that might have played the difference in that one. But at the end of the day, Tybura, he's a switch fighter. Walt Harris is a southpaw. Tybura's fighting out of Jackson Winks, you know what I'm saying? So, they got a good training camp over there. But Walt Harris, he's at American Top Team and SBG Alabama. So that's neither here nor there. What's important here is that Tybura, he lands at a higher rate, 3.7 significant strikes per minute at a 50% clip, while Walt Harris is 2.9 significant strikes per minute at a 38% clip, man. So it's the piece him up versus the dude who will knock your lights out, which is almost like the next matchup we're going to talk about. I don't really have too much to say on this one other than 72% takedown defense for Walt Harris. And Walt Harris did say himself, he was like, if that wrestling comes out, I got a little offensive wrestling in my back pocket. But what about defensive wrestling? That's the thing that I'm really worried about in this fight, because if he gets put on his back, Marcin Tybura ground and pound for the finish, man. That's my prediction. So, I'll let that out right there. But the last thing that I need to say is that one thing I like about Harris is he's deceptive. He has that Alistair signature Overeem turtle up style where he'll just shell up, and you think it looks bad. Optics aren't good, but he almost always isn't really getting hurt as much as it seems. So, I think it's going to be a good fight. But the big thing that they always pull out of the back pocket, man, Tybura is a BJJ black belt under Kamil Uminski, and I think that's going to be the differentiator here. So I'm going Marcin Tybura on points. AJ, who do you got?
Yeah, I got Tybura by decision as well. I think he just has more tools in the tool belt, like I was saying. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. That's all that there is to be said on this one. Like I said, I'm not going to really be happy either one because I would hate to see Walt Harris get cut with the personal tragedy that he's had recently. And for Tybura, man, if he makes it five wins in a row at the expense of Walt Harris, I mean, listen, does he get a title shot? I don't want to see him fight for a title. I don't know, man. I think he still has some work to do.